Good morning, students. This is class 11, subject chemistry, chapter 4, chemical bonding and molecular structure, and this is lecture number 5. So today we will discuss hybridization. So first question is, what is hybridization and what is the need of hybridization? We are already familiar with the valence bond theory from the previous lecture. According to valence bond theory, covalent bond is formed by overlap of half-filled atomic orbitals. So that means number of half-filled atomic orbitals should be equal to the number of bonds which is formed by atom, or in other words we can say that covalency of the element should be equal to the number of half-filled orbitals. Covalency means number of bonds formed by any element. So number of half-filled orbitals determines covalency of the elements according to previous theory. But there are some compounds which do not fulfill this statement. Okay, compounds such as those of beryllium, boron and carbon could not be explained. For example, atomic number of beryllium is 4 and electronic configuration of beryllium is 1s2, 2s2. So as you can see here that here there is no half-filled atomic orbital. So that means covalency of beryllium should be 0. But beryllium can form two bonds. For example, BeF2. In BeF2 compound, beryllium forms two bonds. So that means covalency of beryllium is 2. But here, according to half-filled atomic orbital concept, it should not form any bond. In the same way, next element is boron. Atomic number of boron is 5 and electronic configuration is 1s2, 2s2, 2px1. Now, we can write 2p orbital like in this way also, 2px, 2py and 2pz. So in 2px, one electron is present and two electrons can be filled. So it is half-filled atomic orbital. So only one half-filled atomic orbital is present. That means it should form only one bond. So covalency of boron should be 1. But boron can easily form 3 in BF3 and covalency of carbon is 4. But as you can see here that only one half-filled atomic orbital is present, so boron should form only one bond. So that means the previous statement was wrong. In carbon also, two half-filled atomic orbitals are present, so carbon should form two bonds. But in actual, carbon can form four bonds. Okay. So now, on the basis of this configuration, we may conclude that beryllium, boron, carbon should possess 0, 1 and 2 covalencies respectively, because beryllium has no half-filled atomic orbital, boron has 1 and carbon has 2. But actually beryllium has a covalency of 2 as in the case of BeF2. Boron has a covalency of 3 in BF3, but the maximum covalency which is shown by boron is 4. And carbon has a covalency of 4. For example, in carbon, tetrachloride, methane and carbon dioxide. Now to overcome the above problem, it was suggested that one paired electron becomes unpaired and jumps to an empty orbital without consuming excessive energy. That means this is ground state and electronic configuration. In ground state electronic configuration, electrons are filled like this. But when electrons are in excited state, when we provide energy, then what will happen? The electron which is present in 2s orbital, this electron will jump to 2pz orbital. So now one electron will be present in 2s orbital and one electron will be present in 2pz orbital. Now if you will see here that there are total 4 half-filled atomic orbitals, right? So that means 4 half-filled atomic orbitals can form 4 bonds. So this explains 4 bonds formed by carbon, or covalency of carbon is 4. But here there is one more problem, that carbon can form 4 bonds and energy of all the 4 bonds are same. These are the 4 bonds which are formed by carbon with hydrogen, and energy of all these 4 bonds are same. But here you can see that one bond is formed by s orbital, 2s orbital and 3 bonds are formed by 2p orbital. So that means energy should be different. But here in the structure, from the experiments, we observe that energy of all the four bonds are same. Why? So for this, a new concept was introduced to explain the abnormal behavior of carbon. That 2s and 2p orbitals are involved in the formation of bonds, but still energy of all the bonds are same. So to give answer, a new concept was introduced, and according to this concept, all the four orbitals of carbon having unpaired electrons and possessing slightly different energies mix up their energies and then redistribute it in four equal quantities, thus giving rise to four new orbitals, each having the same amount of energy, and this new concept was referred as hybridization. So to understand this concept hybridization, we will take one example. There are two cans of paint. This is white paint and this one is red paint. When we will mix these two paint, then what will happen? Pink color paint will be the result. Okay, now two cans of paint are mixed together. So how many cans we will get? Answer is 2, right? So in the same way, if we will mix up atomic orbital, if we mix up two atomic orbital, then the result will be two atomic orbital. And these two atomic orbital, they will be same. They will be same in energy and same in shape. In the same way, these two cans, they are same. Color of these two cans is same, that is pink, right? So in the same way, these four orbitals, they will mix up and they will form four new orbitals. Okay, and these four new orbitals are known as hybrid orbitals, and these hybrid orbitals are same in shape and energy. Okay, but here there is one condition, that energy of these orbitals which are mixing together should be comparable to each other, okay, or should be same. So here we will define hybridization. Hybridization is defined as the mixing of the atomic orbitals belonging to the same atom but having slightly different energies, so that a redistribution of energy take place between them, resulting in the formation of new orbitals of equal energy and identical shape. That means same shape. The new orbitals thus formed are known as hybrid orbitals. So here there are some important points about hybridization. After these points, we will take some examples. So first one is, only those orbitals which have approximately equal energy are belongs to the same atom or ion can undergo hybridization. So here you can see that these four orbitals, they undergoes hybridization. So these orbitals, they have approximately same energy. Okay, so they can mix up easily with each other. Next point is, number of hybrid orbitals produced is equal to the number of atomic orbitals mixed. That means here if we will mix two cans of paint, then we will get two cans, right? In the same way, if we will mix up four orbitals, then we will get four hybrid orbitals, four new hybrid orbitals. Next point is, it is not necessary that all the half-filled orbitals must participate in hybridization. This is very important. So here you can see that this is the electronic configuration in excited state of carbon. It is not necessary that all the four orbitals participate in the hybridization. It is also a possibility that s and 2p orbitals, 2px and 2py, participate in hybridization, and this remains unhybridized. Okay, and it will become sp2 because 2p orbitals are involved in hybridization. In the same way, it is also a possibility that only s and p undergoes hybridization. So the hybridization will be sp, and 2p orbitals, 2py and 2pz, will remain unhybridized. So this is first condition. Second condition is that it is not necessary that only half-filled orbitals should participate in hybridization. fully filled atomic orbital can also participate in hybridization. Okay, so note down this point. This one is also very important. Next is even completely filled orbitals with slightly different energies can also participate. Fourth point is hybridization never takes place in isolated atoms, but it occurs only at the time of bond formation. So when one atom approaches to other atom, so in the time of bond formation, hybridization will take place. Next point is type of hybridization indicates the geometry of molecules. One can tell the shape of a molecule by knowing the kind of hybridization involved. If we know what is hybridization, sp, sp2 or sp3, then we can easily guess what is the geometry or what is the shape. So you will understand this point in further examples. Now sixth point is the bigger lobe of the hybrid orbital always has positive sign, while the smaller lobe on the opposite side has negative sign. This point will also be explained in next topic. So now we will study types of hybridization. So first one is tetrahedral or sp3 hybridization. Now sp3 hybridization means one s orbital and three p orbitals. Three p orbitals are px, py and pz. Okay, so that is why this hybridization is known as sp3 hybridization. So when one s and three p orbitals belonging to the same shell of an atom mix together to form four new equivalent orbitals, because here you can see that 1s and 3p orbitals, so total orbitals are 4. So 4 orbitals will mix together and they will form 4 new hybrid orbitals. So here you can see that s orbital has spherical shape, so this is s orbital, and p orbitals, okay, these are 3 p orbitals. Actually their axes are different, okay, but in this picture their axes are representing same, but this is not the way. Their axes are x-axis, y-axis and z-axis. Okay. So when one s orbital mix up with 3 p orbitals, then what will happen? 4 new orbitals will form. Okay. So these are the 4 new orbitals. Now this orbital is the hybrid of s and p orbital. So one lobe is small and another lobe is large. So this small lobe has negative sign and this larger lobe has positive sign. Okay. All these orbitals have same shape and same energy. Now we will arrange these 4 hybrid orbitals. How we will arrange it? Okay. So look here. When 2s orbital combines with 2px orbital, 2py orbital and 2pz orbital. Okay, so here you can see that here x's are different. So this is the correct picture. Okay, because here this one is on x-axis, this one is on y-axis and this one is on z-axis. Now 2s orbital will mix up with 2px, 2py and 2pz. So this hybridization is known as sp3. Okay, now one hybrid orbital looks like this. And there are 4 hybrid orbitals. So 4 hybrid orbitals will arrange themselves in this way. Okay. So you have to see very carefully. This is first hybrid orbital. Okay. This one is second hybrid orbital. And this one is third hybrid orbital. And this one is fourth hybrid orbital. So these hybrid orbitals will arrange themselves in tetrahedral form. Okay. As you can see here that this geometry is tetrahedral. One is in upward and second one is like in this way. And they are making angle 109 degree 28. Okay. So this is sp3 hybridization. Now we will study trigonal or sp2 hybridization. So in sp2 hybridization, 1s and 2p orbital will mix up together and they will form sp2 hybridization. So in total there are 3 atomic orbitals, 2p and 1s. So 3 atomic orbitals are combining together and they will form how many hybrid orbitals? Yes, they will form 3 hybrid orbitals. So here you can see that one s orbital, and out of these 3 p orbital, only 2 p orbitals will involve in hybridization, these two. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, only these 3 orbitals will mix up together and they will form 3 hybrid orbitals. Okay, and one 2p orbital will remain unhybridized. So shape of unhybridized p orbital is this. Okay, this is the shape, and shape of hybrid orbital is this one. So you can see here that 3 hybrid orbitals are formed and 1 unhybrid orbitals, because it is not participating in the hybridization. Okay, so only these 3 orbitals are participating, so 3 hybrid orbitals are formed and this orbital remains unhybridized, so its shape is as it is. Okay, now we will arrange these hybrid orbitals. So here you can see that this is 2px on x-axis, this is 2py on y-axis, and this is 2pz. So here 2s, 2px and 2py, they will involve in hybridization. So this hybridization is known as sp2 hybridization, and 2pz will not participate in hybridization. So it will remain unhybridized and shape of 2pz will remain the same. Okay. So now one hybrid orbitals look like this. Okay, so when these 3 orbitals will arrange themselves, then they will look like this. This is first hybrid orbital, this is second hybrid orbital, and this one is third hybrid orbitals, and angle between them is 120 degree. So this is sp2 hybrid orbital, and this 2pz orbital, which is unhybridized. Okay, it will also be present here, but in this diagram we are not showing it, but in further example we will show it. Okay, now next type of hybridization is sp hybridization or diagonal hybridization. So as you can see here that only one s and one p orbital will be involved in hybridization, that is why it is known as sp hybridization. So two orbitals will mix up together and they will form two new hybrid orbitals. Okay, so here 2s, 2px, 2py, 2pz. So out of these 4 orbitals, out of these 4 atomic orbitals, only these 2 will participate in hybridization, 2s and 2px. So now as 2 atomic orbitals are participating in hybridization, so how many hybrid orbital will form? 2 hybrid orbitals. Okay, so one hybrid orbital is present here and second hybrid orbital is present here, and the angle is 180 degree, so this will form linear shape. Okay, and these are two unhybrid, these two are unhybridized orbital. We are not showing these orbitals here in this diagram because it will complicate the structure, so in further example we will show these orbitals also. So these are the 3 hybridizations. So I hope now 6th point is clear. The bigger lobe of the hybrid orbital always has positive sign, while the smaller lobe on the opposite side has negative sign. In this point we are talking about this lobe. Okay, and you will understand meaning of 5th point in this topic. So the geometry or shape of a molecule can be explained on the basis of either of the following. VSEPR theory, we have already studied VSEPR theory in the previous lectures. And second one is hybridization. So this one we will discuss now. So shapes of molecules containing bond pairs only. You know very well that when we draw structure, then there are bond pairs and lone pairs. So first we will study shapes of molecules containing only bond pairs. So first example is methane, CH4. So how to draw structures, hybrid structure of any molecule. So here first step is write electronic configuration of the central atom and the surrounding atom. So here you can see that 1 carbon atom and 4 hydrogen atoms are present. So here first we have to write electronic configuration of carbon and hydrogen. So electronic configuration of carbon in ground state is 1s2, 2s2, 2p2. If we open 2p2 orbital, then we can write it 2px1 and 2py1. Now, as you can see here that only two unpaired atomic orbitals are present. So here second step is that we have to write electronic configuration in excited state. Excited state means when we provide energy, then what will happen and where this energy is coming from. When second atom approach first atom, then there will be increase in energy. Okay, and when they will combine, then that energy will release. So here the electron which is present in 2s orbital, it will go in excited state and it will jump and it will go to 2pz orbital. Okay, so now this 2s orbital will become 1 and there will be one electron in 2pz orbital. Now as you can see here, how many orbitals are present here which are unpaired? 4 orbitals. 2s1, 2px1, 2py1, 2pz1. It is not necessary that all the orbital participate in hybridization. It depends on the molecule. Here you can see that carbon is forming 4 bonds, right? So as carbon is forming 4 bonds, that means all these 4 orbitals which are unpaired, they will involve in hybridization. So 4 orbitals will involve in hybridization and they will form sp3 hybridization. sp3 hybridization because there are 3p orbitals. Okay. Now this is the orbital diagram. This is 2s, 2px, 2py, 2pz. Okay. So all these 4 orbitals, all these 4 atomic orbitals will mix up together and they will form 4 new hybrid orbitals. And 4 new hybrid orbitals, they will arrange themselves in tetrahedral form. Okay. So this one is first hybrid orbital, second hybrid orbital, third hybrid orbital and fourth one. The shape and arrangement of these orbitals should be like in this way only. If you will change the shape, then it will be incorrect. Now, this is hybrid orbitals of carbon atom. Now, as you can see here, that 4 atoms of hydrogen are also present and electronic configuration of hydrogen is 1s1. That means this s orbital is also unpaired. It needs 1 electron, right? So, what will happen? That this hydrogen atom will do sharing with these 4 orbitals. Okay, 1s orbital, shape of s orbital is spherical. So here you can see that this orbital which is spherical in shape, this is of hydrogen atom, right? In hydrogen atom 1 electron is present which is unpaired, and in 2px also 1 unpaired electron is present. So they will do pairing. In the same way, another hydrogen atom will do pairing with 2py1 and another third hydrogen atom will do pairing with 2pz. Okay. So here in this overlapping region, you can show 2 electrons. The spin of one electron should be in upward direction and the spin of other electron should be in downward direction. So here you can show 2 electrons here also and here also. Okay, so these orbitals are of hydrogen atoms because 4 hydrogen atoms are attached to carbon atom. So this is the hybrid orbital structure of carbon atom and these 4 orbitals are of hydrogen atom. Okay, so the shape will be tetrahedral. Here carbon is present and it is forming bond with hydrogen. So now you can clearly see that how carbon can form 4 bonds with hydrogen by overlapping of their atomic orbital. Okay. Angle is 109 degree to it. So this is the diagram in 3-dimensional. Now we will take next example. BF3. Boron is attached to 3 atoms of fluorine. Now steps are same. Step number 1, you have to write electronic configuration of the central atom and the surrounding atom. So boron electronic configuration in ground state is 1s2, 2s2, 2p1 because atomic number is 5. You can write 2p1 like in this way, 2px1 and there is no electron in 2py and 2pz. So here we can write 2py0. Now we will write electronic configuration in excited state. So electronic configuration of boron in excited state is 1s2, 2s1, 2px1 and 2py1. So you can see here that one electron from 2s orbital will jump to 2py orbital, which is empty. There is no electron in 2py. So one electron from 2s orbital will jump to higher energy orbital. Okay, so now it is also unpaired and this one is also unpaired. So three unpaired atomic orbitals are present. So now these three orbitals will involve in hybridization, because as you can see here that three atoms of fluorine are attached to boron. So as three atoms of fluorine are attached to boron, so these three orbital will involve in hybridization, and hybridization will be sp2. Okay. Now, this is the structure. When 2s, 2px, 2py will involve in hybridization, then three hybrid orbitals will generate. This is first hybrid orbital, this one is second hybrid orbital, and this one is third hybrid orbital. Okay, they will arrange themselves in this way. Angle is 120 degree. Now, the shape is trigonal planar. Now, electronic configuration of fluorine is 1s2, 2s2, 2p5, because fluorine is attached to boron. Now, you can write 2p5 like in this way, 2px2, 2py2 or 2pz1. So, as you can see here that in 2pz, only one electron is present and it can share one electron. So, because if it will get one electron, then it will become 2, and the p orbital total will be there will be 6 electron in 2p orbital. So here shape of p orbital is dumbbell shape. This is a shape. So this shape is for fluorine atom, right? And one electron is present. This is a one electron, and one electron is present in 2s orbital, 2px, 2py. Okay, so they will form three hybrid orbitals. So here also one electron is present here, one electron is present here, one electron is present here. And in fluorine also, in this orbital, one electron is present. So there will be pairing. So here you can show pairing. Second fluorine atom will come here. Okay, so this is the orbital of second fluorine atom and this is the orbital of third fluorine atom. So here there will be sharing of electron. So here you can show electron. Okay, and spin should be in opposite direction. So this is the hybrid structure of BF3. So in simple we can show it like in this way. B boron is forming bond with 3 fluorine atom and angle is 120 degree. So this is sp2 hybridization. Okay, because s and 2p orbitals are involving in hybridization. Now third example is BeF2. Okay, beryllium combines with 2 atoms of fluorine. So first step is you have to write electronic configuration. So try by yourself. Write down electronic configuration of beryllium. Atomic number is 4. So 1s2, 2s2. So now you have to write electronic configuration in excited state. So now how you will write electronic configuration in excited state? After 2s, which orbital will come here? 2p orbital will come here. So here we can write 2px, 2py, 2pz. So in 2px orbital, one electron will come. Okay, this electron will jump to 2px orbital. So here one electron will be present in 2s and one will be in 2px. Now two unpaired electrons are present here. Don't think that only half-filled atomic orbital participate in hybridization. We are taking example only those molecules in which half-filled atomic orbitals participating in the hybridization. Next example will be of those molecules in which paired or fully filled orbitals participate in the hybridization. So here these 2s1 and 2px1 will involve in hybridization. So new orbitals will generate, two new hybrid orbitals will form. Okay, and the hybridization will be sp because one s and one p. Okay, in total there are two orbitals. So this is the diagram, 2s and 2p. Okay, these two orbitals will mix up together and they will form two new hybrid orbitals. So one hybrid orbital will be present here and another hybrid orbital will be present here. Okay. Now this is for beryllium, but as you can see here that two atoms of fluorine are attached to beryllium. Okay, an electronic configuration of fluorine is 1s2, 2s2, 2p5, which you can write like in this way: 2px2, 2py2 and 2pz1. So again here you can see that one electron is present in 2pz, so it will do pairing with the beryllium. Okay, so one orbital, 1p orbital of fluorine, it will come here and another one will come here. Okay, and here there will be pairing of electrons. Okay, as there is overlapping of orbitals, so here there will be formation of bond. Here also there will be formation of bond. So beryllium is forming bond with fluorine and fluorine atom. Okay, and the shape is known as linear. Now next example is C2H6. Now as you can see that there are two carbon atoms now. Okay, in earlier example we were taking only one central atom, but here you can see that two carbon atoms are present and three hydrogen atoms are present to second carbon, and these three hydrogen are attached to first carbon atom. So the hybrid diagram of this molecule will be a little complex. So, but the steps are same. Step number 1, you have to write electronic configuration of central atom. So here, as you can see here also carbon is present and here also carbon is present. So we will write electronic configuration of carbon. So it is 1s2, 2s2, 2p2. We can write 2p2 like in this way: 2px1, 2py1. Okay. Now we will write electronic configuration in excited state. So this electron which is present in 2s orbital will jump to 2pz orbital. Okay. So here you can see that 4 half-filled atomic orbitals are present. So these 4 orbitals will involve in hybridization. Okay. sp3. Hybridization will be sp3. Now for this carbon atom, I am talking about only this carbon atom. Okay. For this carbon atom, the shape will be like this, right? If these 4 orbitals are involving in hybridization, then 4 new hybrid orbitals will generate, and these 4 new hybrid orbitals will generate themselves in this way. One hybrid orbital is present here, one hybrid orbital is present here, and third one is here, and fourth one is here. Okay, so this is only for carbon atom. In the same way, if you have to draw hybrid structure for this carbon atom, then it will be same. Okay, so the same diagram for carbon you will draw here. Okay, so here you will draw one hybrid orbital here, second here, third one here, and fourth one here. Okay, so these two orbitals, they are only for carbon atom, right? This is for carbon atom. Now as you can see here that 3 hydrogen atoms are attached to this carbon atom and 3 hydrogen atoms are attached to this carbon atom. So electronic configuration of hydrogen is 1s1. So for 1s1 hydrogen atom orbital will be present here. Okay, and here there will be pairing of electron. 2 electrons will come here. So you will fill 2 electrons here in your notebook. Okay, here also and here also. So 3 hydrogen atoms will be present here. In the same way, 3 hydrogen atoms, they will be present here. So 1s orbital, 1s orbital, 1s orbital. So here there will be pairing. As there is overlapping of atomic orbitals, so there will be formation of bond. So as you can see here that carbon is making 3 bond with hydrogen atom, and here 3 bond with hydrogen atom, and here there is also overlapping between carbon-carbon atom because there is overlapping between hybrid orbitals of carbon atom also. So here it will form bond. So this is the bond which is formed between carbon-carbon. Now which type of overlapping is this? I have already told you that when s orbital overlaps with p orbital and there is end-to-end overlapping, then it forms sigma bond, right? So this is also end-to-end overlapping. This one is also end-to-end overlapping. So there will be formation of sigma bond. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. In total there are 7 sigma bonds. Okay, I hope it is clear. Now we will take next example, and next example is of ethene or ethylene. Formula is C2H4. Now here again two carbon atoms are present, but there is double bond between them. Okay, so as there is double bond, so the hybrid structure will be different, but the steps are same. Write electronic configuration of central atom and surrounding atom. So here we will write electronic configuration of carbon atom in ground state. So 1s2, 2s2, 2p2. We can write 2p2 like in this way, 2px1, 2py1. Now we will write this electronic configuration in excited state. So s orbital electron will jump to 2p z orbital. Now there are 4 unpaired electrons, okay, in 4 atomic orbital. Now out of these 4 atomic orbitals, only 3 will participate in hybridization. Okay, so now we are talking about this condition, that it is not necessary that all the half-filled orbitals must participate in hybridization. Okay, now we are talking about this condition and we are taking example of this point. So only 2s1, 2px1 and 2py1, these 3 orbitals will involve in hybridization. As only 3 orbitals are involving in hybridization, so how many hybrid orbitals will form? Answer is 3. 3 new hybrid orbitals will form and 1 orbital will remain unhybridized, that is 2pz. Shape of p orbital is dumbbell shape, right? Dumbbell shape, and these 3 orbitals, they will form hybrid orbitals. So here shape of hybrid orbital is this one, see the cursor, this one is hybrid orbital. So only 3 orbitals are involving in hybridization, so 3 hybrid orbitals will generate. So just look at my cursor. So here there is first hybrid orbital, okay, here there is second hybrid orbital, and here there is third hybrid orbital. Okay, so these are the 3 hybrid orbitals which are formed by these 3 orbitals. When these 3 orbitals will mix up together, then they will form 3 new hybrid orbitals, and these 3 hybrid orbitals are this one, and this one. But 2pz1 remains unhybridized, so its shape will be same. So its shape will be dumbbell shape, this one. So this is 2pz because its shape is same, because it is unhybridized orbital. Okay, so you will draw it like in this way. Okay, and the shape should be as it is. You will not change the shape. Okay, now this is for this carbon atom. Now you can see that 2 atoms of hydrogen are attached to carbon atom, right? So here 2 hydrogen atoms will do overlapping. Okay, so this is 1s orbital, so it will overlap with hybrid orbital of carbon atom, and this 1s orbital will also overlaps with hybrid orbital of carbon atom. So they will make one bond here and second bond here. So here you can see that carbon is making one bond here and one bond here. In the same way, you can draw the hybrid diagram for second carbon atom, this one. So same diagram, right? These are the 3 hybrid orbital, first one, second one and third one. You will draw these diagram near to each other. Okay, why? Because there should be overlapping between these 2 hybrid orbital also, because there is bond between carbon atom also. So this is for carbon atom, this is for carbon atom. As there is bond between carbon and there is double bond, so one bond is formed by overlapping of these 2 hybrid orbital, and this is end to end overlapping, so this bond is sigma bond. Okay, so this first bond is formed by this overlapping. Now how this second bond is formed between carbon atom, which is pi bond? Think about it. As you can see here that the unhybrid orbital is present here, and this is also unhybrid orbitals, and their x's are same, right? As their x's are same, so there will be overlapping between these two. So we will show overlapping by dotted lines. Okay, so here you will show overlapping with dotted lines, and there will be sideways overlapping. So here there will be formation of pi bond. So second bond is pi bond, which is between carbon and carbon atom, right? Now as there is overlapping between these two orbitals, so there will be electron cloud, right? Because electrons are present in these orbitals. So here in this picture, these are the electron clouds which are shown here. Okay, so this is the plane, and electron cloud is present above the plane and below the plane. So this is the hybrid structure, and this is a simple structure. So carbon is making double bond with carbon bond because there are two types of overlapping here. One is end to end overlapping, and second one is sideways overlapping. So you should know that in double bond, sigma bond and pi bonds are formed, and in single bond only sigma bond is formed. Okay. Now we will take next example, that is of ethyne, C2H2 or acetylene. Now there are triple bond between carbon-carbon atom. So you have to think that how these three bonds are formed between carbon-carbon atom. So write down step number 1, electronic configuration of central atom. So 1s2, 2s2, 2p2, or you can write 1s2, 2s2, 2px1, 2py1. Step number 2 is 1s2, 2s1, 2px1, 2py1, 2pz1. This one is in excited state. Now how many orbitals will involve in hybridization? As you can see here that only two hydrogens are present, right? CH, triple bond CH. So that means write down this formula in your notebook. CH, triple bond CH. So one hydrogen is attached to one carbon atom, right? So that means here S and 2px, 2s and 2px. These two orbitals will involve in hybridization. Okay, and hybridization will be sp hybridization. And these two orbitals will remain unhybridized. So if two orbitals will involve in hybridization, then how many new orbitals will generate? Answer is 2. So, two new hybrid orbitals will look like this. This is for first carbon atom. So, this is first hybrid orbital. So, draw it in your notebook like in this way. First hybrid orbital. Then second hybrid orbital. Okay. Now, we have to think about these two orbital also because they are unhybridized orbital. So, unhybridized orbitals will come here because their shape is same, dumbbell shape. Okay, so this is 2py, which is unhybridized, which will be present here. Okay, and this one is 2pz orbital, which is also unhybridized. Their axes are different, that is why they are shown like in this way. This one is 2pz and this one is 2py. Okay, so these two are unhybridized and these two are hybridized. Now in the same way you will draw the same diagram here. Okay, now as you can see that one hydrogen atom is attached to carbon atom. So here we will show hydrogen atom. So electronic configuration of hydrogen is 1s1. So here there will be sharing of electron and there will be overlapping of atomic orbital, and here there will be formation of bond between carbon and hydrogen. So here there will be formation of bond between carbon and hydrogen. You can see here. In the same way here also carbon and hydrogen. Between carbon and carbon, three bonds are present. Now you have to think that how these three bonds are formed between carbon-carbon atom. This is a diagram, just think. First bond is formed by end-to-end overlapping between these two hybrid orbitals, right? And what about these two pi bonds? How these two pi bonds are formed? Think. Pi bonds are formed by sideways overlapping, right? So there will be sideways overlapping between 2py and this 2py. This is for first carbon atom and this one is for second carbon atom. So when there will be this overlapping, this sideways overlapping between 2py to 2py, then there will be formation of first pi bond. And when there will be overlapping between 2pz, then there will be formation of second pi bond. So in total there are 2 pi and 1 sigma bond, right? Here you cannot show overlapping of 2py with 2pz. That will be completely wrong because their axes are different. Suppose one electron is present on x-axis, right? And another one is present on different axis, y-axis. Then how they will be overlapping, right? So axis should be same. So this is 2py, this is 2pz. So their axis should be same. Only then they will be overlapping. So this is the electron cloud, which is shown here, that it will be above the axis and this one will be below the axis. Now we will study formula to determine hybridization. Okay, so x is number of, here x is for hybridization. So formula is 1 by 2 into number of valence electron of the central atom plus number of monovalent atoms or groups surrounding the central atom, means those atoms or groups which are attached with single bond, minus positive charge. If there is some positive charge over the molecule, then you will subtract it, plus negative charge. If there is some negative charge, then you will add it. Okay, so this is a formula. This is very simple formula, and this formula you can find out hybridization shape and geometry. So if value of x comes equal to 2, then how many orbitals are present? 2 orbitals. So here you will write sp. Okay, if sp hybridization is there, then geometry will be linear. You have to learn this table. Okay, it is very easy to learn. You can see here that if value of x is 3, then 1 s orbital will come and 2 p orbital will come, right? S orbital will be only 1 in all the hybridization, because as you can see that only 1 orbital is present in s. So here s is 1 in all the hybridization, and maximum p orbitals, they can be 3. Okay, so when value of x is 3, then hybridization will be sp2. When value of x is 4, then type of hybridization is sp3. In total 3 plus 1, 4. 4. 5, sp3. Now p orbitals are complete, right? p3. So now next one is d, because after p, d comes. So sp3, d. If value of x is 6, then sp3, d2. Now shape will be for sp2 trigonal, planar, for sp3 tetrahedral, for sp3d trigonal bipyramidal, and for sp3d2 octahedral. Okay, you should know these hybridization and their geometry. This is very important for 11th as well as for 12th class. Now we will use this formula. Okay, so here we will take example of BF3. Now here central atom is boron. So 1 by 2 into valence electron of boron. So valence electron of boron are 3 plus number of atoms which are attached to boron with single bond. So fluorine 3. So here you will put the value 3. There is no positive or negative charge over BF3. So minus 0 plus 0. Okay, when you will solve it, it will comes equal to 3. Now hybridization is sp2, because with 3, you can see here with 3, hybridization is sp2. Okay, so with sp2, what will be the geometry? It will be trigonal planar. In the same way, you can solve these molecules. Okay, so you have to do these questions by yourself. Don't see the answers. Okay, just apply this formula and find out their shape and hybridization. Okay, so note down these molecules in your notebook and do these questions by yourself. Okay, this one, CO2. Carbon forms double bond with oxygen, right? So here when we apply formula 1 by 2, valence electron of central atom carbon 4 plus number of atoms which are attached to carbon atom with single bond. As oxygen is forming double bond with carbon, so here we will write 0, right? Here Ma is monovalent atom, okay, and all the other values are 0, so it will comes equal to 2. Hybridization is sp and shape is linear. Now note down these questions. You have to do these by yourself. Okay, we will take one example of cation NH4 positive. 1 by 2 valence electron of nitrogen 5. 4 atoms are attached to nitrogen with single bond, so 4. Now as you can see, there is positive charge over NH4, right? So here -1 for positive charge, so plus 0 because there is no negative charge. When you will solve it, it will comes equal to 4. Hybridization is sp344 and shape is tetrahedral. Okay. Now that's all for today, students. Now your homework is you have to do NCERT exercise question number 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29 and 30. So note down these questions. If you have any doubt or queries, you can email me. Thank you and have a nice day.